ask you to put out the incense?
Sure,
'Cause
of
it
course. No.
bothers my allergies.
But yeah.
I am also gonna go wash my hands because I touched the cat.
See, I don't need any special privileges like that.
I touched the cat and then I touched my face, and that was stupid, and I shouldn't have done that. I'll be right back.
No, you're fine.
That's how COVID started.
You know,
That is not how COVID started, but it's pretty close.
So are these all of Nathan's books?
These are all Nathan's books. It's his version of Running the Light that I'm reading.
It's so good, but it's so sad.
I know. Well, I'm also like, I don't read a lot of fiction. So when the fact that it kind of had my attention, I was like, this is cool.
Yeah.
And I did a show with him in Pittsburgh.
Same talent?
Huh? Yeah.
Same talent? Oh, shit, nice.
I'm old. I'm 35. I know, and I've been doing it for a minute, so it's just like, but and it was very funny. It was this stage in his stand-up where he was always pulling out a switchblade.
who is this?
Sam Talent.
I'm not familiar.
But he would like bring out a switchblade, and he would just be like doing jokes. Then if something didn't land, he'd like pull it out and flip it, and he'd be like, "Is it funny now?" And like, and he'd be like, "I'm the guy." You're like, "I saw a comic cut his pinky off, and it won't be on accident. I'll just do it." You know, like, so it's also like, and it was out of his 40-minute set. It was probably like 20 minutes of his set was like switchblade stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, half your set is something that could never make a special unless you're like, oh, I'm leaning into,
Yeah.
I'm the switchblade guy. So it's like, chill out.
When you said switchblade, I thought you were talking about what's the guy that like hates women, but then when you call him out on it, he's like, "No, I'm just funny."
All of them?
Every dude.
Oh, sure. Yeah, fuck. Oh god. No, he was big in the 80s.
Andrew Dice Clay.
That one.
Yeah. Oh, hickory dickory dock.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The guy who speaks in fucking riddles.
Yeah.
Riddles, but also is still misogynistic.
They're nursery.
Well,
Yeah. But it's like, a man I would never allow in front of children is just like, I got a good bit. It's nursery rhymes. You're like, have you ever been, like, has anyone ever trusted you to, like, change a diaper? It's like,
Right.
no.
Toddler.
Yeah. You're stupid. So you're moving.
Yeah.
What are your favorite 5 places in Charlotte that you'll be able to avoid?
5 is a lot.
5 places that you're like, can't wait to make it a permanent boycott.
We'll set the expectation at 5, but I'm not gonna promise you that I'll meet that expectation.
That's okay. I rarely can meet the expectation of 5.
I like Muggs Coffee Shop.
No, places that you're excited to never step foot in again.
To never.
Yeah.
Okay, so most other coffee shops. Any coffee shop that is like not any coffee shop that has like all white everything, fuck off. Because first of all, you're never not cleaning that bitch. Covered in coffee.
Mhm.
A dark liquid. And then also just like I wanna be loved and caressed by a coffee shop.
You want them to cross that personal
Yeah, I
boundary.
don't want to be like, this is America's test kitchen, you know? Like I want it to be comfy. Oh, really just any highway exit. I'm so excited to never be there ever again. I don't know. There's not a ton of like horrible places, you know? There's
it's-
just a lot of okay.
Yeah, it's fine to be mid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be the city's anthem.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
it's fine to be mid. Like, we got
Charlotte, it's fine.
Charlotte, we got a ballet.
Hey, Charlotte, that's all right.
Yeah. Charlotte, we're here, so are you now.
We're here. Some people are gay. We seem okay about it. Sometimes.
That's depending on what neighborhood you're in, or which bank CEO just got promoted or demoted, depending on
how fucking loud you are about it.
Yeah. Depending what music you'll be playing. If it's something I know,
As
I'll
long
like
as you
it.
don't shove it in my face.
Until I have an anonymous profile on Grindr, then you can shove it in my face.
Shove it in my wife's face.
God, I can't believe they shut that site down.
Grind it?
No, shove it in my wife's face.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, and after what happened to Ashley Madison, you know.
I know.
That is, I will never get over Ashley Madison. That is genuinely funny that guy was like, "What if I just told on you?" But like,
Well, it's just like,
all of you right now.
and people think like Walmart's not capable of that. He was like,
Right.
"What if I provide a service and then lied?"
Well, I think it was didn't they get hacked?
Yeah,
Yeah, and the hackers will get you
I tried to have someone hack me on Grindr. I
for fun.
I had sent a couple nudes and then got their number, and then they sent like a photoshopped picture of like my nudes with my phone number on it, and they were like, "I'm gonna post this if you don't give me $1,000."
Oh, sure.
And I was like, "Where will you post it? Where it won't be taken down immediately because there's
Right.
pole shots all over.
Right.
Like how will my mom see this by tomorrow morning?"
Yeah.
Like I was just like, "What are you talking about?" Blocked. I was just like,
Last time I checked, Instagram is like anti-testicles.
boo. Why? What a hard stance.
Well, and that's that's the economy. That's where we're living in America today,
you
baby.
can tell there's a recession curve when you can't see the ball curve. Like, the economy is looking like an old man's nutsack. You're like, we
Yeah.
got to get it out of here.
Just keeps dropping. Yeah. It just keeps getting lower and lower. And you think it would stop, and here we are.
It just doesn't. And with
Yeah.
modern medicine, we're living forever.
Yeah.
So
Are people getting okay? I know men get things like they get like chin implants, and they get like calf implants is another one popular for men. Are you guys getting your balls touched up?
I'm not.
Right, not you personally, but your
I haven't
kind.
I haven't heard it in like the ether. Like no
Yeah.
one's been like, I gotta get my balls tuned
You're not
up.
just like in the locker room. Somebody's like, "Hey man,
These look smooth to you? Botox.
hey man."
Can I ask you something real quick?
I don't know what you guys do in there.
Is the left too low? Should I have a little ball bearing or something?
What do we think? You know?
I mean, I don't know. I know manzillions are on the rise.
Sure. Fellas, is it gay to ask for an opinion of my balls?
It's not for you, it's for my wife. Imagine you were my wife. Would you like these balls? No
Right,
homo.
Right.
Yeah.
It's for her.
Yeah. In what way is it for her?
It's for her. Come on. You remember her, my wife? I'm sure she's got a name.
I don't remember my wife's name or her friends' names or my kids' names.
Well, her name is wife now, so
Yeah. Or
legally.
mom.
Yeah, property.
Always a weird pivot to me when like the married couples have kids and then they just are like, what, like when they talk to each other, they're like, they call each other mom and dad. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's a weird flex.
That's a very no. I
It's
don't think it's a
opposite flex.
flex.
Opposite
Yeah,
flex.
I
It's
think it's a deflect of cognizant thought about what they're doing.
Yeah.
I think it's a deficit in the brain of normalcy. And I think there's something also about it that feels very Mormon.
Yeah.
Feels very Mormon.
Mhm.
And I think there's like a political guy that does that.
Mike Pence.
Yeah.
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 But he hits them with the mother. Like,
Which is like creepier.
yeah, it's like
why
not,
you gotta get creepy with
not
it,
even
son?
like there's a difference between father and daddy. You know, like, and it's
yeah.
like,
yeah.
he's like, I'm gonna lean into the weird one.
And it's one thing to be like, oh hey, burped. It's one thing to be like, hey, go tell your dad this, or like, hey, look at, isn't dad being silly?
Yeah.
It's something, that's fine. But when your kids are 43 and you're like, mother, it's time for dinner, I would shoot myself if I were in your family.
You call your mom by the first name?
No, I don't know that. No, I think I was just like, hey.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I'm
it's
just
kinda
like, hey.
names are gone.
Yeah. I'm just like, you know who I'm
It's
talking
kind of
to.
like when you live with your partner, you're like, I don't think I ever say your name. Like, like you're just like, hey,
It is very.
come here.
It is
Look
very
at this.
weird.
You know, like you just kind of like the localness of it all. You're like, I know who you're talking to.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very embarrassing. Every once in a while, I will accidentally call my boyfriend his like our pet name to each other, which is Tube. And then someone will hear it and be like, "What the fuck did you just say?" And then I'll have to explain this, which I'm going to do to you now, which is I called him Noodle because he's tall and lanky, and that Noodle done. Then it changed to the obvious Boodle, which is hilarious.
Butt noodle.
It pretty much. And then Doodle, Zoodle, whatever. And then we shortened it to Nude. It's very funny to call somebody nude. And then it turned into Booed. And then I was like, "Oh, a noodle is like a tube. You're a tube." And so now we walk around calling, "What's up, Tube? Hey, Tube. Love you, Tube." And it's not good to have to tell people that.
Yeah.
So I was really vulnerable here. And I just want you to know that. I want you to know that was incredibly brave of me. Thank you.
Well, it's going online.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's not to be confused with Tubi.
No. I can't do bad movies. Like bad. Not to say that every movie I'm watching has to be a film, but I can't do it when movies are like, "We made this to be shitty." Because I've made like student films before. Those are not that fucking serious. You're telling me you spent like millions of dollars on this shit to be like, what if we made a movie like
And what if it sucked?
right, what if it was like we made a movie like silly style? What do you mean?
Well, it's like I love bad movies. Like I got on Amazon to see one of my friend's specials.
Yeah.
And one of the movies they were broadcasting is John Cena is the president
Okay.
and Idris Elba is the US ambassador to England. And they have to get machine guns and kill the bad guys. And I was like, concept alone, I'm going to watch the shit out of this.
I am here for the concept, but I need you to know I thought that the concept was the name of the film. So I thought there's a film out there called John Cena is the President.
Which would
and I was like,
better title. Better title. It's called Heads of State.
Okay, because I was almost kind of here for like, well, if they're going to be direct about it, then I know what I'm going into.
Which would be so much better for the marketing of everything. You're like, cars make you superhero. Should be what Fast and the Furious is called.
Yeah. Cars in space.
Well, that's actually the 4th Cars movie.
Yeah, actually.
They're going to do like the moon race.
We've never... I don't like how Disney is avoiding the question, how do the cars procreate in the car universe?
Well, we know they have breasts because at one point Lightning McQueen gets flashed by 2 girls and their headlights go up.
Yeah.
So that's some sort of sexual device.
Yeah.
I would say an approximation. There's also a pope. They're not answering that.
Catholicism exists in the car universe?
Catholicism exists in the car universe.
Oh, fuck, which means they have sexual repression.
Because the Pope is the Pope Mobile. And he's... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, there is an element of like, maybe they're being made in a factory because that is how cars are made. It doesn't necessarily... Because everyone has jobs. So I'm sure there are people in like there's a car that works on the assembly line to make baby cars that grow.
Right. No, right.
But what do they do when they have a crush? Do they just rear end each other?
Now I'm just thinking, I want... Sure. Now I'm just kind of focused on... You said Pope Mobile, and everything in my brain just went, I like that shit. I love the Pope Mobile. I'm a big Pope Mobile head.
It's... In what way?
Like, there should be other little cars for jobs.
Like the car has the job?
Like, no, like you have the car because you have the job.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like, he gets the little Pope Mobile because he's Pope. Like, and sure, there's things like mail trucks. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, You're telling me you like work in like the marketing department and you just drive a Honda Civic? That kind of sucks.
It should be covered in decals for where you work.
Yeah.
And you should be able to like offset your car payment because of free advertising. Or it should not be free. There should be a cost on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, I'm
You-
Ayn Rand and this is my TED Talk.
you should have to design the car according to what you want to be. Yeah.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
Big monster truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I love
Do you
monster.
you want to be a
energy.
monster?
I
I
love
want to be a
monster.
bad guy.
I just want to run over people for fun. It's just like the Shriners have cars.
What are that? What? Well, scratch that. But the question still stands. What the fuck are the Shriners?
They wear little hats and they drive little cars.
That's it.
And I
then
think they have
the
yeah,
children's hospital.
and they have little meetings to help little people.
Okay.
They're just like obsessed with small things.
Okay.
They're like one step above Fauci. He was like microbiology, and then you have Shriners, and then
Right.
you have I don't know, Beanie Baby collectors, and then
Sure.
the interests get bigger and bigger.
Sure. Yeah.
Raytheon is at the top. I like big stuff. I like bombs. I like explosions.
I like decimating populations.
Yeah, more than decimating. Decimating is taking it down 1/10. I'm trying
Right.
to get it down to 50%.
Right.
Like,
I'm trying to act as though it never existed in history.
yeah. I'm calling this bomb the Alexandria Library because everything is gone. This
Yeah.
is the going out of business sale.
100% off today, ladies and gentlemen.
Slapping the shit out of a nuclear warhead. This bad boy's going to eviscerate everything.
No joke, I threw out Michael's Raytheon water bottle.
Damn, that was a steal. He could have sold that on eBay. I saw there's a couple good Raytheon hats on eBay.
Sure, but at what cost? You know.
27.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah.
Yeah, I get it. It's ironic, but it's also like, how?
He had to explain to one of his coworkers, because one of his coworkers is like 22, and he had to explain to him who Raytheon was.
This 22-year-old came up and he said, "Could you explain the backbone of our economy?"
They were like making Raytheon jokes, and he was like, haha, what's that? And they were like, so the Iraq War.
Dick Cheney.
Right. Are you familiar with 9/11? Not the meme? I don't know if this
Probably
is
not.
honestly probably not.
I mean, it's sometimes better to forget.
How quickly we forget.
Yeah.
Forget. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like we surpassed, 3,000 people here.
Yeah.
We're kicking 300. I mean, that's the American way.
Yeah.
That's probably 3 mil. I'm not even gonna. I don't look at the numbers. I just pay the taxes.
Honestly, I think it'd be weird. I would imagine that people who are still in the mindset of never forget 9/11, I would imagine that that's weird now.
Yeah.
To be like,
There's
every
probably
year.
there's probably a lot of regretted 9/11 tattoos.
Oh yeah.
I mean, unless you were like a fireman on the ground, you got a story that ties to that tattoo. But there's probably definitely some Midwestern folks that in 2002, wow, I abbreviated that one wrong. That people in like 2002 were like, gotta get it on the 1-year anniversary because that rocked us. And now they're like 50 and they're like, fuck, I gotta take my shirt off at the gym.
If you're like a New York, well, and there's like different, like if you're like a New York fire department guy, it makes sense if you're like, I have a 9/11 tattoo. But if you're like, I'm from California and I have a 9/11 tattoo.
Yeah.
I need you to get a hobby that isn't this. Whatever this is you've got going on.
Just somebody being like, yeah, I was a sophomore at LSU and I remember 9/11. I just had to get the buildings across my ribs.
I was in DC. I was a 6-year-old in DC, and we went into a bunker underneath our school that I didn't know existed. And then I only whatever that is. I only knew something bad was going on because I looked around and all the teachers were crying. And then we're like, haha, is something weird going on? We thought this was like a silly assembly where you're showing us the basement. And then they were all like, be quiet!
Yeah, great situational great situational awareness
Yeah.
to be like, now that we're in the bunker and all the adults are crying, is anything off?
Is something there's something going on.
I smell pizza party.
Something is different today.
I'm sorry I wasn't an accelerated reader. Are they still upstairs?
Is this because I failed my last multiplications quiz?
We do the spelling bee here now? I do always feel bad for people whose birthday is September 11th.
Yeah.
It's just a luck of the draw.
Yeah.
That's worse than Christmas.
Yeah. Something about the candles on a birthday cake being on 9/11 specifically.
Yeah.
Not good.
And if it's like your second birthday, then they're gonna feed you the cake with the plane, and they can't do that anymore.
Right.
So how do you even eat cake?
Right. Well, it's a train now, I guess.
Not in this economy.
Not in this administration, brother.
It's just like, if you're in Japan, trains all day. But here it's like, I'm not gonna feed you peas for 2 more hours.
Yeah.
There's a Norfolk Southern delay 2 states up that's really, I don't know, niche train humor. I mean,
I will say going on a train does feel illegal after like I've been on planes and then going on like an Amtrak. It feels like everything I'm doing is illegal because you just walk on there. You just walk on. You could be like, I just have a bag of knives.
yeah.
Bag of knives with me, bringing on this train, and the Amtrak is like, okay. You think other people on this train don't have bags of knives?
Yeah.
You think you're the only person on the train with the bag of knives?
For every bad guy with a knife, there's a good guy with a knife
Yeah.
on the Amtrak.
Yes. I've been on the Amtrak, no knife fights yet. But I'm looking to start. So if anyone out there.
That's like the rule of Fight Club. The 5th rule of Fight Club is we always fight on an Amtrak.
Yeah.
In like the back cart where no one cares. I mean, I took the train to Chicago and I loved it.
Yeah.
There's a lot more leg room.
Anything where you just sit and go and I don't got to worry about it.
Yeah.
Great.
And you can get very high. And again, if you're not having to take your shoes off and try to remember all your backpacks, you're just like, so I just walk up. They're like, yeah. It's like, let me take a fistful of gummies and sleep through the thing.
Also, as like a kind of fat person, trains, man. Trains. Trains is where it's at for fat people.
I got room to spread out. I can really lounge.
Because every so often I'll have to go on an airplane and I get like a little, like I still fit in the one seat, but I get a little worried, you know? Because also it's like, what if I'm next to another fat person? Then we're just touching each other the whole time. I had like half of the train to myself.
Yeah.
I was like, there's nobody fucking here.
Yeah, I had 2 seats to myself, and I was like, I'm reclining both of these because there was no one behind me. So I was
Yeah.
like, hey, this is just I'm
Just
straight
tipping everything
lounging.
back.
Yeah, man spreading doesn't even do it justice. I mean, this was like Genghis Khan spreading. I was like, I'm about
straight starfish.
I'm hitting the whole hemisphere with this one.
Yeah, I love a train. Very excited for trains in Chicago.
They got them.
They sure do, and everyone keeps I hate when you go when you're like, oh, I wonder what this thing is like in someone's life. So you're like, oh, I'll go on the internet and see what people are talking about in their lives regarding this thing, and it'll be trains in Chicago, and they'll be like, everyone's dying, everyone's getting murdered, everyone's a violent maniac, and you're like, surely it can't be everyone, and they're like, oh, you want to bet?
I'm reporting from the ground.
Right.
Literally, I got punched and I'm on the ground.
There was in New York City, they had the New York City train puncher guy a couple of years. This guy was like going around to people. They'd be sitting on a train platform, just standing there, and I think it was a woman, which girl boss, kind of a little bit more for it.
Let her have it.
When it's a lady, I don't know, but she was just going around and punching people. If you're like on your phone or something, she just come up and fucking cold clock you.
Hey, don't be on your phone.
Yeah. Hey, pay attention to your surroundings.
Yeah.
Because I'm here.
This is how
I'm surrounding you, dog.
This is how society moves forward. Is social norms are an understood.
Yeah.
So if you can start to breed an air of the fear of violence, people will understand. Be on your best behavior. The lady puncher might be here.
Yeah. Lady Puncher is like a sick roller derby name.
Yeah. And it's just like, it's one of those like, so what's your skill?
Right.
And you're like, I'm a lady puncher.
Lady puncher.
Yeah, like,
Punching ladies.
other ladies, I
Yeah.
too am a lady. It's allowed. It's also roller derby. Definitely allowed.
Yep. Mandatory even.
Well, mandatory.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey King. Way to stand up for us.
You know, I try to set her story in the right direction.
Coming in strong. I'll kill myself right now. Anyways,
I'll have to cut out my laugh there. There'll just be a solid sip and end. Let's get Jimmy in the mix.
Yeah.
So do you want to here? Well, wait right here and we'll.
Yeah. Took my rings off at some point.
But yeah, the mic is on the table, and then you'll probably be. I'm already rolling on the camera, so you'll probably see your reflection on where to stand, and it'll be in this back one too. But here, wait. No, you wear that one because he'll have. No. I was saying you stay seated. We're gonna send Jimmy into the kitchen.
Got it.
So am I doing bits in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Okay.
For a little bit. You said you had a friend coming?
Do I? Oh yeah. Well, friend. Yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to get him out of the house a little bit. It seems like he needs that.
Yeah. Well,
So.
sure, wherever he's at, he can. Yeah, you can come on pod.
Yeah.
Oh, you brought bits.
Fuck you, Brooke. That's too real. That's actually true. Keep all this on record. I'm getting another beer. I'm throwing this one out.
Hell yeah.
There's a woman. I see the stick mic. Are you defrosting a steak right now?
Yes.
Dude, hell yeah.
Well, I seasoned them like 2 days ago, so they'll have a nice salty crunch.
Delicious. Beautiful. I cooked my first steak ever this year, and I didn't fuck it up.
Hell yeah.
Well, also don't forget I had a fear of cooking meats for a long time. I couldn't touch raw meat. It made me gag.
Like a texture thing?
Yeah, probably like an autism thing. Yeah.
Oh.
So yes.
Sure. So it's all connected.
You know, it all comes back to autism.
I think test. Do I get? Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of levels in the cam.
Yeah, you got it.
Can you see me there?
Yeah, and if you check that, you can probably even if your like hip is on the counter. Yeah.
All right.
That's sassy.
Yeah.
All right, I'm here. I'm straight. Nothing rhymes with that, you know.
Yeah, not out the gate at least.
I'm here. I'm straight. I'm out the gate. That's what they're saying nowadays.
I don't like that.
Well, I don't like the other one, but as a straight guy, I never get an opportunity to say that. Okay, you know.
I think I just don't like you having things. Is maybe what it is.
That's fair.
For me.
I mean, yeah. That's
Yeah, you're already taller than me, and that upsets me because I like being tall.
I'm shrinking, if that makes you feel any better.
It does slightly.
Yeah, my back's like fucking up, so I've been losing probably about a quarter inch every year since I've turned like 25. I'm just like slowly going down.
Yeah, you're going down the Luigi Mangione route.
Oh my god, I am dude, fucking Spectrum CEO has to watch out.
We gotta get you in the shooting range.
Do what?
We gotta get you in the shooting range.
Oh, dude, I'll be there. I'm there. I grew up there. My dad was super into guns, so Dirty John Shooting Range in Macon County, North Carolina. Ask me if there's regulation up there. No, there's not.
I wouldn't dream of it.
There's not. Just
Ask
just
me if there's regulation. Are you a fucking cop?
yeah, dude. Oh my god. Oh, do you want to take my guns? You can pry them from my cold dead hands at Dirty John Shooting Range. Okay. All right. Do you guys want bits, or are we riffing? Are we kicking riffs?
Yeah, riffs and bits.
I have been able to make this one work. I think corgis are proof of God.
What are
Corgis? The dog. Just because I think like survival of the fittest doesn't fit for that as an animal. I think them surviving for as long as they have is just proof of divine intervention and some type of cosmic creator. That joke hasn't worked once, so.
Because I don't know what you mean, pal.
Well, I would also say that man would be the cosmic guardian. Like, you know,
God,
like
you're
we
so
we
right,
have
yeah.
bred them to be fluffy little dumb shits. So
That's
whereas,
fair.
and then we're like, we protect them at, you know, because they're our little pets, they're little bubbos.
That's fair. I just think like there was a time before man existed where corgis were not getting milk bones. I don't see how they weren't getting picked off right and left, dude.
They
Like,
were wolves.
they weren't though. Like their
There's no way a
ancestors might
corgi
have
was
been.
a wolf.
At one point,
A corgi
I've never
is a,
seen a short wolf.
I've never seen a wolf.
I've never seen a tall corgi, to be honest. But if we had corgi wolves, that would be sick. I would be totally for that, and that might erase the entire premise
Well,
of
it's like
this
there
bit.
could also be like, you know, like the corgi could have just been like the little runt, and then they just like, we got to protect Mikey.
I don't have that much of an issue with corgis themselves. I have an issue with corgi owners because I think corgi owners want to fuck that dog. The way that corgi owners are obsessed with corgis' butts is weird.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. It's a little fluffy little butt. But why so much? Why so much on the corgi butt?
Brooke,
I don't like it.
I will say you did just say a little fluffy little butt. Do you want to fuck a corgi? Because you were.
No, like
You might be
it's just a little
projecting here.
puppy. It's just a little fluffy butt.
I will also say, not a large corgi representation in the furry community.
There's not, is there?
And it's definitely like a fluffy butted dog, like you were saying. So it's like you would imagine if someone is, well, that's the problem. If someone's thick with it, they're probably not a furry. They're just out in public being thick with it.
Just
Yeah.
having fun.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
like living without a costume.
They don't need to pretend to be a lynx. They can just go out,
Right.
you know, have a good day. Hell yeah. Okay. So, all right, this bit just doesn't work then, huh? Corgis are proof of God. We're cutting it.
Have you guys ever done the what kind of furry are you quiz? Do you know what your persona is?
I don't know what my persona is.
I'm a
I'm a
scaly.
Ravenclaw.
I'm a scaly. I'm a gecko.
Ooh.
So
I think I'm a Ravenclaw. Or a Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
I regret.
I was like
Inviting
team.
you.
I was team Iron Man when it all went down.
And I can see I'm alone here, and you know.
What side of BuzzFeed were you on, pal? What-
I think I'm alone now.
Have you guys actually not taken the quiz yet? How have you not taken the quiz?
Well, I already know without the quiz, I don't have a furry type
What do you mean?
because I'm not a furry. It's a
No, well, I'm not a furry.
it's a community that I don't identify with
Neither
in
do
a way
I.
where I'm like, I don't know what so I don't even know how to.
I think
answer.
they're fun. I think they're cool. They're usually nice people.
They're usually great people. I
Yeah.
prefer furries over queer men that wear dog masks. That's a huge ick for me.
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, they don't have fur. It's just a lot of leather with them.
Yeah, well,
right?
no, it's like a leather dog mask. It's got little, and then you're like, my owner is here, and
Yeah.
I don't like the idea that you have to financially buy into a kink for you to be a part of a community. So anything that is like an expensive leather outfit to put on for display, I'm like, your culture created this, and it is also gatekeeping people from your culture, and it also looks stupid.
Can you imagine how hot it is all the
Yeah.
time
It's
under there,
very,
dude?
yeah.
Just wet.
And just wet
Yeah.
leather on your face.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm gay. I like things in my face, but definitely I don't want to like peel off a leather mask and be like, now the party can start. Just
Yeah.
start without the mask.
Well, it's because you gotta peel off the mask and then you gotta take a dry rag across your face and then get into whatever you're trying to.
And then you go to work the next day and someone's like, did you smoke like 6 cigars last night? And you're like, no, my face just smells like hot leather.
Yeah. Sorry, I was at the Hideaway in South Carolina, you know?
Shout out Hideaway.
Shout out Hideaway. The
Shout out
bartender
Hideaway.
there does wear a pup mask all the time, and it's just like, hey, do what you want to do, feel your oats out, but like I do just feel like it's a little strange for me like to be like, can I get 2 White Claws? And like a dude's just like, "Mm," and then like just a dog gets me 2 drinks. I love it there though. They can smoke inside there, which I think, as a smoker, I think should be illegal everywhere, except planes. I think we should still be able to smoke on planes. That's
Also,
my
like
one.
the worst place for
Yeah, I was like, there's a lot of, I'd rather smoke at a Waffle House than a plane.
yeah.
Dude, I was just, y'all were talking about like 9/11 a little bit earlier. I think if everyone just took a minute and ripped a cig on 9/11 we'd be talking about a different day right now. I think everyone would have chilled out a little bit.
Well, I think they would have had to smoke their cigarettes on September 10th to be like, we really doing this tomorrow?
Yeah, they had like fires to put out and shit, bud.
Well,
Who had fires to put out?
The people on 9/11.
No, I meant the people committing 9/11. Like, if they had
Oh.
been smoking cigs, they'd have been like, this isn't that serious.
Right.
Like, yeah.
Sure.
No, the guys on the ground definitely get those boys to smoke, but the boys in the air too. We get them smokes like 3 hours prior. You clock them with a 5:45 a.m. cig. I think we're talking about a different day entirely. So that's my one hot take on 9/11. All my other takes on 9/11 are pretty never forget. You know what I mean?
Or just get that one guy. Who was that actor who was like, I could have fixed it?
Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg did do that.
All
yeah.
what, 5'3" Mark Wahlberg?
He could have done. You've seen Four Brothers, dude. He could do it.
Well, did he have his 3 other brothers on the plane?
Yeah.
That's a big question. He was best with other brothers.
How tall do we think Mark Wahlberg is? Because I think he's like 4'9".
I would say 5'5". Him and Tom Cruise are probably kicking.
Yeah.
He's giving me like strong like 4'1" energy.
They're good at limbo height. is what I'll
4'1"?
say.
He just lost like 8 inches.
He's getting smaller in my brain.
Yeah.
The more I think about him, yeah, he is getting smaller.
The more he and Peter Dinklage are identical twins.
He's getting smaller, but he's getting angrier.
Right.
He's
Yeah.
got the same back thing that I do, where he's just degenerating
Yeah.
over time.
He's
Yeah.
getting angrier. He's getting more patriotic. Yeah.
Is he
Usually the
getting
two
more
do go hand in hand.
Yeah.
That is fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he getting more patriotic?
As he's getting smaller.
Okay. I just didn't
In
know if
my
we had
head.
evidence, like if he just went full crazy patriotic.
No,
like-
this is like a fully insane thing happening in my brain.
Okay. Kind of similar to when Mark Wahlberg fantasized about stopping 9/11.
That was his thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, I could have. And let me just say, the confidence of a man to be like, I could have stopped that. I could have prevented the Iraq war. I could have.
Oh, I don't think anyone was preventing the Iraq war.
Yeah, there would have been like too much litter on the street, and Dick Cheney would have been like, "We gotta get in Iraq, dude.
That's
got
like
Look
when
at all
people-
these Snickers wrappers
Yeah.
everywhere."
That's like when people are like, oh, if I had a time machine, I'd go back and kill Hitler. I'm like, really? You would?
No, I would go back in time and really encourage his art career and be like, "Don't give up on this just because a college denied you." Because then if he harnessed that energy into like the budding film world, maybe because he was an artist, he became a leftist. And he's actually a hero. And that's kind of my hot
Andrew's like, what if he got
Hyping
really
hot.
good at pointillism?
Hyping
You
hot.
know,
Hyping
like
hot
what
take.
if?
Piping hot take. If I had a time machine, Hitler would be a gay twink. Like, and he'd be sucking my dick every night and we'd be fighting the power.
He'd be doing Bauhaus fucking art and music. It's yeah.
The club scene would have hit Berlin so much sooner.
Yeah. Pull them and pull them out of the economy, the
Right.
economy hole that they were in.
Yeah,
You know, economy holes.
the economy hole. Help, I've fallen.
Hitler would have been all about economy holes.
Help, I've fallen and I can't get out of my economy hole.
All right, we've hit 9/11 and Hitler, dude. We're cruising.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're cruising
that's
today.
podcast.
That's podcasting, baby. Oh,
I mean, you're not going to get clicks if you're not doing that.
we got to do. I mean, look, I didn't want to say it. I didn't know we were hunting clicks that bad. I will say, in the club scene, Hitler probably would have done pretty well. They loved a good outfit. Like, I don't.
Tom Ford head to toe.
They were
Yeah.
dripped out, dude. Like, yeah, I didn't. You know, I don't fuck with the imagery and obviously the ideology more importantly, but those
But
boys were dressed
They
spiffy.
were tailored.
Yeah,
They were
yeah.
tailored, and that's unfortunate
It-
because
Because in the States, it's like, you're going to dress like a bush, you're 15. And it's
Yeah.
like, how does that work? We're going in on the beach. And it's like,
Yeah.
see you later. You're gone.
the States were like, we just figured out denim, and even then, we don't like it.
Yeah.
Denim's for people who do that dirty outdoors work.
Yeah. Call Mike Rowe. And they'd be like, who? He's like, well, he's a glimmer in his grandfather's eye, but one day he'll change the world.
You know, Americans stopped wearing hats in the 60s.
You were saying?
That's, but like
Oh, a good hat.
yeah,
You were saying?
it was, it was when like people used to walk like they, got my briefcase, obviously. My briefcase, and I'm like, I'm Ann, and I'm like, all right, honey, I'll be back later, and I'm putting on my coat, and I've got my little briefcase, and then I put my hat on.
Fedora.
Out the
more
door.
Style, as part of the suit.
Yeah.
Hold on one second.
Do you check your pocket watch that your great grandfather gave you right before he died? Right before you head out?
Well, and this wasn't what I meant.
Oh, this is just a reaction shot. So I just kind of.
Yeah.
I would pay money to see like every Italian in a zoot suit from like the 50s walking down the street wearing that hat though. Like just well, so how we doing today? Just full on Bowie, like was that a Digitech camo hat?
They would be they would age better because they wouldn't have wrinkles. This is SPF 50.
You know what? That's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
Covers it all.
The mob, I will say, they owned a lot, but skincare routines, not one of the things they owned.
Yeah.
So it's a goddamn crown shame.
Well, I got another.
You could have gotten the Devo hat.
See, now we're talking. Now we got good hats.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah.
And then we can cut into a different reaction, and then I can just do
The line from the line from you going to like the chillest dude I know to like maybe the most racist person I've ever seen is just what hat you're wearing. I think with the mullet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hats suck.
Well, they were important at one point.
They've lost relevancy.
We all will one day.
I don't look right. I walk in that hat. The little
In the
fishing
Devo hat?
That's the hat I wear on when I go on walks and jogs.
I honestly need one of those for like mowing.
Yeah,
Like-
it's just a good outdoor hat. You're just like,
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm queer. Used to the hat.
I'm here, I'm queer, I'm wearing this hat.
Just start making it very mundane. I'm here, I'm queer. I eat toast with peanut butter on it.
I'm straight and I'm cool with it. You
I'm
know what
here,
I mean?
I'm
Like
queer,
that.
I have a doctor's appointment at 3:30.
In this economy.
I'm here, I'm queer, I forgot to tip my Uber.
And I will think about it for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, I hope I get them again so I can give them $20.
Not tipping your Uber is a jailable offense, I will say.
I've never not tipped. I've also never not, you can add like an additional tip later. And I usually, because I get paranoid, did I forget to tip? I usually add the extra tip as well.
Wait, you can tip before?
I use Lyft. I should say that.
You can tip before? Because I think I've been double tipping for my entire rideshare career at this point.
Well, you can tip right after the ride, but you can also go into your email or prior rides like a day later and be like, here's your tip.
It's like the next time you open the app, they'll be like, how is the...
Oh, wait, shit. No, I do that all the time.
Double tip. So when I first started using Lyft, I'm just like some Rock Hill idiot. I think I'd been in a cab once. And so I was probably 6 months into Ubering, and someone said something, and I was like, I don't really tip my Uber driver. And one of my friends looked at me and he went, you're like legitimately a bad person for that. And he said it with his chest, and I was like, heard. For the next 6 months, I will be over tipping to compensate,
Right.
and then I'll get back to the regular. I was just, and you can say ignorance, but you can't. I was just always like, I tip every server, I tip every barista and bartender, but I was like, ride services were new to me, and I was just like, thanks, and then I would just get out and be like, that was cheap, and then go about my day, and someone was like, you're an awful person. I was like, oh, I am.
Yeah, sometimes you have to remember it's like, oh, a corporation owns that. Oh, right, so that guy.
Oh, that non-union independent contract worker using his own equipment
needs
money?
Yeah, that guy. They're not paying that guy.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever been kicked out of an Uber?
No.
No.
I'm well behaved.
I got kicked out of an Uber, not my fault though. We got picked up by the Uber to go to a concert at the PNC Music Pavilion. We were picked up in South End, and then leaving South End, the lady was like, "Oh wait, this is a 35-minute drive," and we were like, "Yeah," and she was like, "I have to pick my kid up from school," and she just dropped us off like on the highway. She's like, you have to get out of the car. And I was like, can you like pull somewhere safer? And she was like, no, I have to go get my kid from school. So then I had to call an Uber from the side of the highway, which was, it's a good pickup zone. You're the only one there. There's no question of who they're there for.
They'll find you, yeah.
Yeah, but that was, I didn't tip. I'll put it that way for that one.
I
So,
think that's fine.
yeah.
That one should be free. I would contest it.
Yeah.
No, yeah, she still charged us for the time in the car, which I think was like $7. And I was just, I've never been that mad before in my entire life, I don't think.
What if possibly false equivalency to be like the love and responsibility I have for my child is worth $7. Like I gotta make a quick $7 before I have to go pick my kid up. I'll take any ride, but it's ending at 6:15.
You know, reframe it that way. I do. You know, maybe the $7 was needed, but at the same time, I was trying to see Slayer, so it is what it is. You know, we're here now. Tip your Uber drivers, tip your wait staff, but yeah.
Thanks for coming out, everybody. Don't forget to tip your bartender.
Yeah, I think they dropped checks 25 minutes ago.
Really quick, do you think the fact that we both have mullets is like compensating for the fact that you are bald?
No.
It doesn't help you at all.
No, neither one of you have gone to Locks for Love at locksforlove.org to donate hair to me.
If you accepted Locks for Love, you would be a jailable person. You're like, my spine is shrinking a little bit. Give me free hair.
I feel like, I mean, you guys are bragging about your hair. You got so much of it. I feel like this is a renewable resource we're not giving away enough of.
I grew this shit myself.
I did. This was work. You think this shit just happened?
You think I'm not trying?
I haven't shampooed in 5 years.
It doesn't look like you're trying.
Look, just because I used antibacterial hand soap as shampoo for 5 years doesn't mean it's my fault that I'm bald. All right?
Man.
I went from antibacterial hand soap to the creme de la creme Head and Shoulders.
I thought it was called creme de la creme.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good shampoo.
Yeah, very
Honestly?
conditioning.
Yeah.
You guys should go into a business, creme de la creme shampoo for mullets and mullets, you know?
I like that pronunciation.
Yeah.
Mullets and mullets.
Mullets. Yeah.
I don't like that we had to gender it. Because the mullet is the gayest haircut.
Yes.
It is pretty...
For men, it is business in the front, party in the back. That's where the party always is.
Yeah.
Party is always in the back. Yeah. I wasn't trying to gender it. I just was trying to gender it. So,
Yeah.
you know.
And I got that from you.
That's fair.
Bald.
What do you want me to call them? Valets? I don't know what you want from me, Brooke. All right?
All right, let's get Jimmy on the couch.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm going to plug Brooke's drawing real quick.
It's a good drawing.
Yeah, I just want it to be. I'm just plugging that. It was in my notebook for some reason.
For some reason, because you're a super fan.
I have to go pee, so I'm going to take off this mic.
Yeah, I was going to say, and then, Jimmy can pop that one on. Slide that up on the shirt. And unfortunately, when we're done, I'm not going to get to hang out at a date.
That's fair. Yeah, I have to like go home and pack because I'm driving to Florida on Thursday. Then I have a shit ton of work to do tomorrow, so I don't have time to pack.
What's in Florida?
My grandma's birthday.
Oh, Mazel.
Yeah, she's turning 14.
My grandma's got Benjamin Button disease.
She was born in a leap year and has Benjamin Button disease.
She's 4,000 years old.
Yeah, she's kind of, I think her middle name is like time and the essence of that.
Nice. And we'll turn this camera off.
Where's the date?
I'm just going to somebody's house. That's what the steaks are for.
Ah, gotcha. Gotcha.
Congruency. I mean, can't fuck it up.
Is that Bruce Lee looking at a naked child in that painting? Or is that naked Bruce Lee looking at dead Bruce Lee?
That's a great. I got no clue about the art. It's not mine. I think it's badass. He's cheeked up, double cheeked
I
up.
mean,
on
it's
Tuesday.
definitely a badass. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I used to have an ass like that. I'd kill for it again.
What happened to it? Did you lose it in a fire?
I was in a car accident.
Oh shit! I forget about the car wreck one time. Well, car accident one time.
Yeah.
You know.
God forbid a once bedridden boy get a little motion.
God forbid a almost paralytic boy catch a vibe. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Well, you're fine. Yeah, that'll be perfect.
I did want to mention earlier, y'all were talking about cars and the Pope Mobile, and I just thought the phrase Catholicism was pretty funny. I think we need to invest in Catholicism pretty soon here.
Yeah.
So.
We can invest.
Yeah.
We can tithe.
Buy now.
Well, it's even if you go back to the Old Testament, they can still tithe 10% of their good oils.
What were the good oils back in the Testament?
I mean, they would burn sacrifices with oils, and some people, if you had livestock, you would give your best 10% as an animal sacrifice. But if you had bread, it would be grain,
Gotcha.
and if you were an oil salesman, it would be your best oil.
Can you imagine being like the cow who like just was like, he's the best one, let's tithe him, and he was just like, I thought I was doing a good job. Like,
Well, I'm also like, how much of it was actually sacrifice, and how much do they pull it into the tabernacle, and it's just like a butcher shop, and they're just like, dude, we're living fat.
Yeah.
You know, like they like torch it, and then they're like, save the butt. You
Yeah.
know, like they just take a big leg home, and they're like, yeah, this is for God.
Yeah, Tony wanted to try making this thing called burnt ends. Fucking give him a leg. Like,
My favorite Levitical priest,
yeah,
Tony.
Andrew Dice Clay was back there at some point. We're bringing him back.
Hey, hickory dickory dock. I bring my sacrifice at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, I think that was his first joke. I think that was the first one he wrote.
Yeah, and then Woody Allen was like, "You're not even Jewish. Stop doing it," which is what he said to me when I kept doing that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was that like right before he was like, I have to go pick up my wife from middle school?
Yeah, no, it was elementary school at the time.
Oh.
We go way back.
Oh, okay. You guys are old friends. Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah, we go back way enough that I still defend him. Which that's got to be all it is. You're like, I knew Woody before his wife was born, so he's a good guy.
Yeah, it's like it's not even like an age of consent thing at that point. It's just like, nah, Woody's he's jump started my car before.
Yeah.
So it's like he jump started my car before she knew what cars were.
Yeah.
So that's
And he jump started my car Kevin Gates style. He
two phones?
rubbed his hands together and put his hands on the battery and said, "Don't tell nobody about this."
Did Kevin Gates, the rapper, do that?
He claims he met a woman on the side of the road who her car battery wouldn't start, and he said, "I'll bless you." And with his energy, he put his hands on the battery and the car started. And he said, "Don't tell nobody about this."
I mean, he has been practicing semen retention, I think, for like a year and a half now. So
It gives you power. Yeah.
I haven't tried, but if I can start car batteries with
I
it,
love
yeah.
it. You're engaged, right?
Yes, yeah.
So you're just like, so before we get married, guess what? I'm really into semen retention
Yeah.
now. So look forward to our wedding night because I'm waiting.
That was I think I'm gonna bring the semen retention up in my vows, just so her parents know I have no ill intentions
Yeah.
after the wedding.
There will be no child. There will just be retention of children.
But you guys need your car battery started. Call me.
Oh, so one bit. So I have something. This is a genuine question.
Mhm.
How do you get booked so much on so many good shows?
I annoy people. I think I had a decent run like a year and a half ago, and kind of like people were like, oh, he can do some time, so now I just annoy people enough, and then they're like, all right, we'll give him time. But
Well, I mean, you host like the Comedy Zone. That's
I
hot shit.
I did one time for the Zone specifically, but then all the other stuff has been like the local shows, which the local shows were nice because it was like you would do a year run of hosting. So it was like once you were booked for that, you had from January to December. The one time I did like just the Zone, I was in the middle of making dinner and the dude I opened for just didn't have an opener and was like, can you be here in 15 minutes? And I lived 35 minutes away and I said yes. And then I got in the car.
Damn.
And I somehow, I didn't get pulled over. I think it was because I was living in Gastonia at the time, so people were breaking like way worse laws than me speeding. But that was the one and only time I've done a celeb thing there. So, yeah.
I was gonna say I feel like I reach out to people, but they just hate me.
I don't think they hate you. I think maybe I'm just getting to them first. I think I'm a volume shooter. I'm not an accuracy guy. But yeah, I mean, you get booked on plenty of shit, and like you're just kind of like dipping your toes back in after the whole. Well, not even dipping your toes in, but like you're just reestablishing yourself after the
accident.
yeah.
Okay, so for this bit, it will be that I'm like, how do you get booked? You're like, I just annoy people, da da da. And I'll be like, yeah, because I feel like I reach out to people and they just hate me. And then you say something complimentary. Now say like 5 more very complimentary things. And this will be my fake inner monologue.
Instead of
No, just be like, no, you're really cool. I think
Yeah.
everyone wants to do a show with you.
Okay.
You're like up and coming, and people want that. You know,
Gotcha.
like just this type. And then when we're done, I'll just be staring and you'll be like, hey, were you listening? I'm like, yeah. You're like, yeah, I was saying you were really inattentive and annoying and people don't like you.
Gotcha.
Like, then it'll be like, I'll
Gotcha.
put like an echo on your voice when you're.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we'll start with the compliments.
Gotcha. Do you want a leader? Or am I just starting with compliments?
You're really cool. I think everyone wants you on a show, blah, blah, blah.
No, yeah, I think you're like, yeah, you're very funny, and I think like pretty accessible in the scene. So I think it's good to get booked on shows. But
He said, everyone wants to book you.
at this point, you're just like, I need to hear it.
That's the bit. Like all the stuff you would imagine.
Yeah.
Like when you're like, I reach out and people don't like me. Every complimentary thing you
Gotcha.
could think to say.
No, yeah, I think like pretty much everyone wants to book you. I just don't think you realize that yet. No, yeah, I think you get booked on plenty of stuff. I think honestly, I think you should be booked on more stuff, to be honest. How many times can I say honestly in a phrase? What else? No, you're hilarious. And just that one. Yeah,
I'll cut out the laugh.
cut the laugh. Yeah.
I'd just be like, you're hot, you're handsome, you're sexy, you're funny.
The only reason you don't get booked more is because people are assuming you're already booked.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the only reason you don't get booked more is because I would think people might assume you're already booked and you just don't have the availability for that. So also you're hot, you're sexy, you're funny. So it's like I feel like that's an intimidating thing to bring to the lineup, So
Okay, good. And then I'll kind of be nodding and doing yes and be like, were you listening? And I'll be like, oh, yeah, totally. And you're like, yeah, the thing I was saying is you don't pay anyone attention and you're really annoying.
Gotcha.
So I'd be like,
were you listening to any of that?
yeah, I got it all, dude.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I think the reason you're not getting booked is because like you're really annoying and you just like hound people a little too much for stuff. So I think more open mics might help out. How you feel about Yemen?
What? And then just be like, now I'll just sit like this and just be like, so can we make out or what? And I'll be like, whatever your final like tag would be like, yeah, and I go back to imagining, and it would be like an imaginary compliment. It's like elevated past comedy.
Okay. Yeah. So we fucking or what?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. That was like the only bit I had thought of.
Gotcha.
But
this podcast brought to you by White Claw and Sycamore.
White Claw. Get your claws out.
White Claw from when your stepmom left them in the fridge.
I mean, people have it easy now with alcohol access.
Yeah.
Even when I grew up straight edge, people were like, dude, when someone scored a case of Four Locos, people were going ape.
Were you straight edge for?
Yeah.
Okay. How long were you straight edge for?
I was straight edge until I was probably 23.
Okay. So it just sounds like you were just a normal child and then like just didn't drink for 2 years.
Yeah, part of it. I mean, on my 18th birthday, I got a straight edge tattoo.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm committed to this forever.
I mean, up to that point, yeah, you were 100 for 100 nailing it. What's the straight edge tattoo?
It's this giant.
Oh, Christ. Okay.
I'll do a punch in later.
That is the most WWE championship belt straight edge tattoo I've ever seen.
Yeah, so that'll do it. Yeah, I get it.
Do people ever like confuse you for like a jar of old timey moonshine by chance, or is
Yeah.
that...
Well, I mean, it was a bold statement for 18.
Yeah.
But I did have a guy at the YMCA double take me and be like, "What's that say?" And I was like, "What?" And then when I turned, he was like, "Oh, I thought those were 3 Ks."
That's a big, yeah, you got to clarify that
And I
right
was
out
like,
of the gate.
No, it's a straight edge. I didn't drink or smoke. I was a little virgin loser.
Yeah.
I'm nice. Ah! Like,
I like to think you weren't even straight edge. You were just a huge fan of 2001's Triple X starring Vin Diesel, and that's.
I like the Ice Cube version better.
There's an Ice Cube version of
Just-
Triple X.
Yeah, Triple X.
Is it the
Head of
return? Is
State.
it? Oh, they have a head of state one.
Yeah, and it's Ice Cube is the character instead of Vin Diesel. It's not Vin Diesel's not even in the vehicle.
Dude, hell yeah. Do they still have Rammstein playing?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, it's
cool.
it's the same movie, but Ice Cube does the stunts.
I feel like if Ice Cube was in Triple X and had Rammstein playing, he'd be like, "What is this? Like,
Yeah,
what
I
is
quit.
what is going on, man?"
The pipeline from East Coast gangster rapper to corny actor. I'm just so scared for Kendrick.
I don't like that you put that out there. That's so fair.
When he's 55? What if he does Paul Thomas Anderson's final film?
Dude, yeah, or God, I don't need a Kendrick Lamar. Are we there yet? You know, like,
Yeah.
I feel like Kendrick Lamar would be good in like a Wes Anderson movie,
Yeah,
stylistically speaking.
that's the thing. If he leaned into it, I think Ice-T could be anything other than a cop on TV.
I think he's so good for that, though, right?
But it's also like I think Ice Cube could be like a quality actor that isn't playing like a befuddled dad.
that's fair. Yeah, he could spread his wings a little
Yeah.
more than what he's done. I mean, have you seen? You know Ice-T's band, right? Ice-T's band.
Yeah, I know Ice-T's band.
What is? I'm drawing a blank on their name right now. Shit.
They would play with Anthrax,
Yeah, it's not Guilt Trip. It's
Children of Bodom,
yeah. Jamie, pull that up. Jamie, what's Ice-T's band's name? Fucking A.
Agnostic Front.
That's a good one though. That's fine. It's just Ice-T's band. They did a song with Power Trip. I'll think of it later. But yeah, highly recommend them. I think that's where he stepped out of his box though, because it was just like they put out a pretty ACAB song, and I was like, he's not a method actor. We'll put it that way. So he's no Jared Leto.
Unfortunately, we love a king.
We love a 30 Seconds to Mars king.
That's Elon's favorite band.
Do you think that's where it all came from?
That's why he's obsessed with Mars.
That's why Tesla's a thing, is he got really into The Kill in 04.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, he found it on Napster.
Yeah. It's like, we need more accessible music, and we have to get, that's terrible Elon, but yeah, no.
I love the tone. I love the tone of the bass. It's incredible.
We're kind of dark 30 Seconds to Mars right now, you know?
It doesn't get much darker than that.
No. Yeah, if Jared Leto and his cult isn't dark enough, then I don't think Elon's interstellar travels are going to be any better.
I know a friend who had a coworker go to the Jared Leto cult.
Do
She's
tell.
She's like a 50-year-old woman. And that's apparently the majority of the people going to the cult. It's like older women. And he just comes around in robes, in white, and you get to eat breakfast with him. And she phrases it like you get to have a concert with him. Like you just have like access to him. So it's like you're at an excursion in a camp, kind of like an all-inclusive resort, but also Jared Leto's there. You get to hang out with him. He's going to do all the Jared Leto stuff that you like.
So it's just, is it essentially a meet and greet, but he's God also?
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. I think more artists need to do that. I think we need more artist-based cults.
I would love that much accessibility to, Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones, yes, please. I need to sit, because if you get to sit and eat breakfast with Jared Leto, like in the robes and everything, I imagine that's very nice. I just want to sit and eat breakfast with Tommy Lee Jones in that last scene of No Country for Old Men, and I want it to be that stoic the whole time. But I want to go
complain about the mush level of the oatmeal.
Yeah,
You can't be talking bad, but it's kind of not a good breakfast either.
It's never a good breakfast with Tommy. Yeah.
He's like, "What are these Jimmy Dean sausages? Couldn't get the real stuff. Nieces.
No, we got links instead of patties this time, huh?
God damn it, Carla!" And you're like, "This is so
This is so sick.
Yeah,
This is the best $7,500 I've ever spent in my entire life.
exactly. This is so much better than the time I did the retreat camp for Philip Seymour Hoffman in 2020. It's just me standing by his grave being like, yeah, it's from Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
You crushed it.
You just had to do a bunch of heroin by his grave. That was it. Wait, he died from heroin, right?
I think so.
Right.
If he didn't, what a sick rumor.
Philip Seymour, Big H. You know, false news is good news until it's proven wrong. I'll say that,
Exactly.
but only when it's fun and it's about Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah. I heard he died doing whippets in the back of a Phantom.
That's honestly way sicker than heroin. Yeah. No, I prefer that version of the history. I want that to be known. You ever done a whippet?
No, but I do poppers.
Okay, I've never done a popper.
I'm kind of a popper guy.
Really?
Yeah.
I've had poppers offered to me, but I looked them up one time because I was like, I need to know what I'm putting into my body if I'm about to put something into my body. And it was like, you know, euphoria, good vibes, short-lived, all that, but it did say it released or like loosened all the sphincters in your body. So I'm just paranoid I'm going to shit my pants if I ever do poppers.
It doesn't loosen it like that.
Okay.
I
Okay.
wish. No, you're just like very relaxed.
Okay.
If you were constipated, you could probably hit a popper, and if you're like gunning for it, you'd be good.
But it's not going to be like a trapdoor opening.
No.
Okay. Good.
If it was, they would be much more expensive.
Forget enemas. I'm just doing poppers.
It'd just be guaranteed. I'm going to Miami, and I'm here.
Yeah.
People would just be like ready for you.
What do they smell like? I've heard they're
Nothing but chemicals.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I heard. But so are they bad for you? I feel like they're bad for you.
You want to do one?
I don't know if I want to do a popper right now. I got stuff to do later, you know, and I know they only last 5 minutes, but
5 minutes on a good day.
if I didn't do a popper with I was offered a popper by a drag queen who tours and I didn't do the popper. So I feel like I can't do a popper in a basement with a cat, but
Yeah, you blew it.
well, that was later without the poppers. Yeah. And I don't like that you called them it, but
Stupid. Feeling good?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'll stop recording bullshit.